What do we think of the lighting? Do we think it's okay enough? I can't do anything to change it. This is now my second week with a microphone, so I'm hoping this is good enough. I have it kind of placed far away from me to hopefully help with pitching that was happening, but please be patient, you guys, while I try to figure out the audio situation. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This week we are doing a new makeup releases. It's going to be a little bit snappy and quick for this month's opinions. There's just not much going on right now, and I don't want to talk about Christmas anymore or holiday items, so I've combed through Trend Mood 1 on Instagram and taken the screenshots that I need to take. I've stewed over my thoughts. Now it's time to talk about them. I'm going to just quickly scoot to the side and we will get started. Of course, if you are new to my channel and you end up liking this video, you should consider subscribing so I can pop up in your feed more often. First product is from Refi. This is a new liquid lipstick that doesn't do the full dry down matte that a liquid lipstick that we think of traditionally does, which I think is an interesting idea. I always refrain from calling Refi innovative because I do not consider them to be an innovative brand. They basically just do K-beauty in a Western format, and I will die on that hill. They have a water powder that's been out for forever, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Their lip liners are very K-beauty, like the trend, whatever the trend is in Korea, guarantee you Refi will come out with it a couple years later and at double the price, which isn't a bad thing because Korean and Asian beauty brands still seem to struggle with inclusion with their color ranges. So Refi taking the formulas and turning them into Western market shade ranges, that's the good thing that Refi does. But I do not call Refi an innovative beauty brand. The color range for this product, it's a lot of the same, which is interesting, and I find that it's, I go back and forth in my mind. Like Mulberry and Mocha could basically be the same color. There is a very, very slight color difference between them. Same with Mocha and Morello. But at the same time, I feel like I'm calling myself out here. I'm included in what I'm about to say. I feel like if they if they did come out with the traditional nude, pink, rose, bridal, brown, darker brown, then we would all be bored and be saying like, oh, it's not creative enough. Like this is very nude, neutral shades. Granted, they're all very similar to one another, but I feel like that's part of the quote-unquote charm for this launch is the fact that it isn't the shades that we normally see. I love the texture of them. The texture looks amazing on these. I'm very intrigued by it. I probably won't ever end up buying it, and I will just quickly interject that the product photo of the lip cream coming out of the applicator, I hate that. I don't like that. I hate that image. This isn't really like Christmas. This is winter release, I think, because they already came out with Christmas, I think. But EOS has some new winter smells. Oh, I went to, this is gonna sound terrible. I went to the launch event for the EOS creams coming to Canada. They only just got to Canada this year. They've been in the US for a while. These creams, number one, they have that like paraffin feeling to them. So they're not like a body milk. I like using body milks that just like are thinner, but they're more hydrating. These are like really thick. And the smell, you guys, I cannot stand them. I got one of each scent at the event, and I gave 2 away to my friend's daughter, who's like 11, 10, she loved them. And if that tells you anything about the scent profiles for these creams, that's all you need to know, is the fact that a 10-year-old lost her goddamn mind that I gave her these creams. And the smells, we only kept the coconut one. And even some days, like, I'm not the one using that coconut cream. I can't use it, you guys. The smell is just so intense. So the idea of like peppermint cashmere, cocoa cashmere, caramel cashmere, I hated the cashmere scent. The like standard cashmere scent, it looks like they've just added peppermint, chocolate, and caramel scents on top of that cashmere scent. A horror show. And they're also releasing it in body sprays. I really don't think Canada will get these limited edition ones, because I don't think we got the like the fall one that came out. But if you're in the States and you watch me in the States and you do get these, please buyer beware. Please be aware of the people around you hating the scent of smells, because the cashmere smell is brutal. Speaking of smells, another, I guess you could call it Christmas holiday. I guess I'm a liar. I swear we just talked about this in my last new makeup release review. There's more new scents from Dove. I don't understand. I guess Dove saw the popularity from EOS and they were like, hey, we got a lab. Let's get in there and start making potions. Frosted Plum Berry, Gingerbread Delight, Hot Cocoa Swirl. Those are the new flavors, scents, what have you, in the body scrub, body spray, body wash. The only one even remotely possible would be the Frosted Plum Berry, because most body washes already have a kind of like fruity smell to them. I could see that one being pretty okay. Will I get them? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Finally getting back into makeup. Sorry for the detour. There are 2 new shades of the Couture Quads from YSL coming out. I don't know the shade names, but there is basically a cool tone mauvey purple and a blue. You know me, I love my blue. Are they the most expensive eyeshadow palettes ever for 4 eyeshadows? You betcha. But they're really pretty, and I am not too sure on the formula for them. So if you have experience with the YSL eyeshadow quads, do let us know in the comments. I like the blue quad. It just has that teal in it. And if you saw, I can't remember what video it was that I talked about the Hung Van Gogh. I was talking about how I really wanted the Hung Van Gogh. And then in another video, I talked about how the Hung Van Gogh has so many teal eyeshadow shades. And I realized that that was the thing that I really don't like when it comes to blue colorway palettes. They rely on a teal to do a lot of the heavy lifting, when blue comes in so many gorgeous colors and ranges, but no one ever leans into that part of blue and they just go, this is too much blue, we need to put in a green. And they put in a teal, which is a green blue. I don't want green, I want blue. So I wish that one shade would be a little bit different. It looks very similar to the shade beside it, so it might actually be 2 teal blues. One is glittery, one is a soft matte, satin matte, which is a little disappointing. The colorway beside it is much more thought through, with like a light, a dark, a mid, a highlight. The blue is obviously for a boom pat like this, what I have on today, but all blue. Yes, this is the Jelly Job lip gloss, I think they call it. Everyone is talking about how the shades and the name of the product, they don't like the name of the product. I want to use this product as a little bit of a reminder to be a savvy shopper. Use your brain. We are smart on this channel. When you look at the product photography for a lot of the shades, it doesn't really stay on the lips, especially on the mid and slightly darker mid-tone swatches on the lips. It is sinking into the fine lines on the model's lips, and Lip models sometimes for brands have lip plumper. Not saying that any of these ladies have lip plumper, but I'm just saying that through the casting process, the best of the best is what they select for these types of photos. So they already have the most beautiful, gorgeous lips you've ever seen, and the lip product can't even look good on the models. What is this lip product going to look like on you, the average consumer? And another thing to look out for is when lip swatches do a lot of and like pulling of the lip in like the smile, or just like the closed smile on the white person. There's still the lines though, because if you look to the black model's lips, it is patchy, discombobulated. This is not a good product. And this, I don't know how this product got approved, because this photo is atrocious. Atrocious. It is so patchy. And they have put so much lip gloss on the tan model. You can see a glob of it on her lip, and you can see with her lip kind of closed a little bit like that, you can see the pool that's happening at the lip line, because they've had to put so much of this product on the lips that it's like overflowing. They don't look like good products, and I think it's pretty shady for NYX to be marketing these as such like a high pigment gloss, when I can see it now on TikTok when these come out in, I guess, January or whatever. It's going to be like a, what's her brand called? Michaela. She just had like a huge scandal with her lip products for this exact same reason, where they were marketed as these like high pigment glosses. The consumers bought them and used them, and then they weren't. These feel like they're going to do the exact same thing, where they're being marketed as these super high pigment glosses, but I bet you people are going to buy them. They're going to sit in your lip lines within 10 minutes, and they're not super pigmented, which is probably why they've come out with so many similar colors, because each one is just like a little bit more than the last. But I can only speculate, because I don't have these products, and NYX Cosmetics launches things like a year later in Canada, so who knows if I will ever get to try those. Oh yeah, the YSL Libre line is getting a new edition, a new limited edition, should I say, because these are finite. There are a finite number of these types of fragrances. This is the Berry Crush, and the other day the notes were posted. Juicy raspberry meets iconic floral signature of lavender and orange blossoms, sweet yet bold, embodies the essence of bold femininity through a delightful fruity floral composition. The result is a captivating scent that celebrates passion, pleasure, and freedom. I don't know how it can have a scent of freedom, but okay. The elegant scarlet bottle reflects YSL's bold spirit, a jewel that captures the pulse of freedom and self-expression. Again, freedom in a perfume. I don't know what freedom smells like. So they say notes, fresh mandarin and tart raspberry. Open, they lead into radiant floral heart of Diva lavender and Moroccan orange blossom. So the heart notes are the same as the Libre. And then a soft base of bourbon, vanilla, and musk wraps the fragrance in warmth and sensuality. So to me, it sounds like a really nice smelling perfume. Again, I don't know what the smell of freedom is. I think that's quite silly. It really just depends on the smell of raspberry. Because if I think of like a raspberry yogurt, I love the smell of a raspberry yogurt. But if I think of a raspberry candy, I don't like raspberry candy. It will really depend on that raspberry because everything else sounds the similar. I mean, vanilla can be pretty hit or miss as well. I have the regular Libre. The bottle is covered in my fingerprints. Don't come for me. I really like the YSL fragrances. I am not a fragrance girly. This is not a fragrance channel. If it smells good, I like it. The basis of my fragrance knowledge, I would say that I wear pretty floral. God, this necklace is so misbehaved today. I would say I wear pretty floral scents, but still with a lot of like sexy grounded notes. Like I love my Burberry Black, which they just pulled off the shelf and they have now made it only available for Canada, at least at burberry.ca. So Burberry, how dare you? I love this smell though. It's so, I would say it's for a much more mature woman. Like when I received this in a gift exchange in college. And when I was in college, this was like a going out perfume for me. This wasn't like something I would throw on during the day. But now that it's pretty much 10 years later, since I've been in college, those 10 years have really added to my appreciation for these types of scents. That really long rant just to say that vanilla and raspberry can make it smell really young, like the EOS body lotion issue and Dove, or it'll make it smell very gorgeous and mature, which I love. Like all the YSL perfumes, the Libre and Myself and what is that one? Black Opium, all of the like intense versions, I love those. I love the intense version of a perfume and the concentrated versions. So I'm intrigued by this limited edition smell. Okay, moving on. Oh, if you wonder what I'm drinking, I am drinking a Blue Monkey. This is the lychee flavor, not from concentrate. I think it's a product of Thailand. Vietnam. Product of Vietnam. Love these. You can find them in like rich people stores. We find them at Farm Boy. They have all the flavors. My favorite is mango. Second favorite is lychee. They also have passion fruit. They just came out with a yuzu flavor. My partner Chia loves the watermelon one. And the ingredients are 55% lychee juice, not from concentrate. It always says not from concentrate. Carbonated water, lemon juice, vitamin C, natural flavor. If you are sensitive to citrus, the mango one doesn't have lemon juice or any lemon citric acid in it. And it also matches my blush today. Okay, back to makeup. This is the new L'Oreal Lumi Bronzer Stick. I may get one of these because shade 100 Sun-Kissed Rose is that rosy, like Jones Road, earth-shattering concept of a rose bronzer instead of orange. And then the shade 110 Toasted Sunlight, when you look at it beside 120 Copper Bronzette, is like green. So then there's like the two fairest shades, 100 and 110. First off, it's a drugstore product, and I am not a bronzer person. I'm a contour person, and I don't do bronzer because everything turns orange, but these two shades I may want to test out. And for the deeper complexion olives, it looks like 130 Sunset Doré. Sunset Doré is olive, like the traditional deeper olive tone. These look delicious. Wow, this is a drugstore heavy video, you guys. We're talking about Revlon. Don't chip a tooth with your metal straw. This is the Photo Ready Lift and Fill Skin Tint. Questionable with how much shimmer is in these products. It could either look like Edward Cullen, which I think is where we're leaning more towards Edward Cullen, less like a beautiful prep. Like when I think of the effect that they want for this product, it seems like they're going for a version of this Chanel Le Beige. There's like a little bit of leftover glitter on my hand, but if I put it on my hand, it just gives a gorgeous highlight effect, and I do put this into my foundation sometimes, but it is just like mica that they use in this, so the shimmer back is very minimal. Especially after powdering and finishing your face, you really can't notice it. It's just a really nice product to bring a little bit of air and lightness into your routine. This was the shade Pearly Glow, by the way. But when I look at the swatches of these models, it's really hard to tell if it's going to be like glittery. It might be more like Skin Finish Light Struck that MAC came out with this year, which I wouldn't say is for all over the face because this is very glittery. In comparison, I think I have a full video for the Light Strucks versus the strobe creams, and then I think I have some shorts for the Light Strucks versus like the Chanel Le Beige. They're just so editorial looking, and I feel like that's where this is leaning, where it's going to give you shine back because there's glitter in it. And when I use it all over my face, it can get a little crazy. So I feel like that's where this Revlon product is leaning towards. Tom Ford is coming out with Figue Erotique. Quebec, tell me how I did on my French. An eau de parfum, which looks delicious, and I am really into this. I hope it's not too horribly limited edition because I have my Black Opium Illicit Green, which is a figgy, citrusy scent, but it's now discontinued, which I didn't realize until I was poking around at fragrances the other day, and I can no longer find the Illicit Green because they discontinued it. YSL, how dare you? So now I have to treasure that perfume forever and always, but also still use it before it goes bad and turns on me, which I've never had YSL products do that to me. I've never had a perfume turn over, but I also store my perfumes religiously, like out of the sunlight, away from heat, all those things. All that to say, this Tom Ford one is very intriguing to me. There's a few Tom Ford scents that I really love that I just want to buy like the travel sizes for, because buying the actual 50 milliliter would mean I'm in a different tax bracket that I'm not in right now. So travel sizes it is. I understand the hype of the Tom Ford scents. I get it. Another new NYX product. This is like recently they're coming out with highlighter sticks. Allergy warning though, there will be coconut butter and capuachu butter. Cupuaçu butter, which I guess is, it sounds Portuguese, so it sounds Brazilian probably. So be aware of the Buttermelt highlighting sticks. I don't like the shape of these. They're very deodorant inspired. Don't enjoy that. The shades of them are also really yellow, like the icy blue and that like pinky beige are the only two that I'm remotely like, I think those could work for me. All the other shades are very odd unless layered over a blush, but a lot of people don't do that, so I don't know how I feel, and they look very glittery. These look like glittery highlights. Also be warned for the glitter haters. Yeah, I don't know, the like arm swatches, it's just an odd selection of colors. Oh yeah, what was this brand? Cosmic Brushes. The Cosmic Brushes Death Tarot palette. This is a gorgeous colorway. I love this palette. It looks stunning. All the syllables of gorgeousness. I looked it up. Not available in Canada. Cosmic Brushes, please come to Canada. I would love this palette. I want to eat it. Have I ever bought anything from Cosmic Brushes before? Absolutely not. But this, I mean, if it wasn't so expensive to ship and purchase in Canadian dollars, I would buy it, but it is very expensive, so I will not be purchasing it. But if you find a retailer in Canada, then I would definitely purchase this. This is just stunning. Very jealous of the UK and the US girlies who have access to cosmic brushes. Finally, a high-end beauty product to talk about. This was recently announced. This is coming in the spring ambiguous, no further details from Trend Mood on this. It is a water powder, not an innovative product by any stretch of the imagination. Water powders have been in Korea for like 10 years now. As I mentioned earlier, the brand Refi had their water powder, and I was chit-chatting with one of my mutuals in Toronto. I made my remarks on this not being a new concept, and Refi, a Western brand, has had this for a couple years now, and a couple years back I actually had their water powder, and then I remembered afterwards that I like let her know again. The one thing I hated about the Refi powder is it left a golden cast on fair skin. It would probably work better than any of the Korean or this YSL one for medium to deep skin tones, that Refi one. Proceed with caution. Don't take my word for it. Look at the reviews. But this YSL one for me looks really good, and I'm really intrigued by it, and I love the feeling of these compacts. They're a bit ridiculous. They're a bit clunky in the sense of like traveling, but they just feel really nice in your hand. And then there's a little voice in the back of my head that's like, well, you don't actually have to wait for the spring to get this product, because just go on to Look Healthy store or Umomo, you know, like all of the retailers that sell Chinese and Korean beauty products in Canada, and it's like, well, tomorrow I could get one on my doorstep. So I'm intrigued by it. The packaging really makes me want it. That soft blue looks so inviting to me. I know my skin loves a water powder. If you have dry skin, I highly recommend you find a water powder, even if it's just the Refi one, to try it out. It is the craziest feeling because you pick up the powder on your brush and your bristles actually become wet. And they kind of like clump together, you know, when your brushes get like wet with setting spray or something. It actually happens when you pick up the powder, and it just feels so nice on the skin. It's a fun little reminder that I actually do really love a water powder, and I should probably get one again. I think I'll refrain from doing a new makeup for January because that's just a lot of the same. And I may not do one until March, because once the holidays end, that's usually when brands really reduce any type of new makeup launches and things get really boring. So yeah, who knows when my next new makeup video will be. We'll just have to stay tuned. Speaking of staying tuned, if you liked this video, give it a like. That way I know that you liked it. And if you liked me, consider subscribing. That way I can pop up in your feed more often. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Both are Claire Cuckoo as well. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will be a doozy. You will want to stay tuned for that one. Bye.